Welcome everyone back to weekly weather updates, and in today's video we have the latest from the live radar. Run for the latest UKV, have a look at the precipitation and the temperature over the next 5 days. It is going to remain very unsettled over the coming days with lots of widespread showers and potentially further severe thunderstorms. One thing we're really watching is Thursday, Friday into Saturday, as we are going to see a brief spike in heat once again. Temperatures could even get up towards 30 degrees, but that is not the headline. The headline is going to be the storms we could see through Friday into Saturday, as we see a large area of instability moving in, developing initially scattered thunderstorms, developing into potentially a large system that has lots of heavy rain, potentially even some flooding, and of course severe thunderstorms embedded within that. So I've seen a lot of news stories around over the last couple of days about drought conditions, about reservoirs being low, rivers running dry. That is an issue that does need to be addressed, of course, in the future. But for the time being, we are going to see rain that is going to replenish that. And over the next few days, some areas could see a lot of rain indeed. As we progress into the longer range, the unsettled spell isn't really going anywhere. We are going to continue to see lots of heavy rain, lots of showers, and hopefully still warmer conditions, but any hotter spikes not really there in the longer term at this stage. I continue to warn they could appear at short notice, as they've done throughout the summer so far, but we are seeing a slightly different pattern developing here, with more of a flatter westerly flow, jet stream sinking slightly further southwards, which does sort of suppress that heat a little bit. So at the moment, warm and unsettled there into the second half of the month. So do remember, if you enjoy my videos, do like and subscribe. Now today we've already seen hefty showers and storms developing, as you can see from the live radar. Lots of showers quite widely, especially across Northern Ireland, now have cleared, southern Scotland, northern England, and into parts of North Wales. A few stray showers further south and eastwards, again giving some rain to some areas that have seen very little in the past few weeks, let alone the past few months. And you can see that parts of northern England have seen those thunderstorms breaking out. So it's pretty much as we said yesterday, widespread showers with localised thunderstorm activity. And that's exactly what we're seeing here across northern England. Some really heavy rain. Now, some of these areas have been really struggling for precipitation recently. They're going to see a real dumping from these showers at the moment. Potentially a good 10-20 millimetres quite widely, could even be higher than that, with these areas seeing the reds and the oranges. Very high precipitation rates. Now, temperatures have also suffered today, not been particularly high. Now, I'm calling this around 7 p.m, and you can see in the far south, just the south of those showers, it's still warm. It's still summer-like temperatures into the low 20s, but to the north of that band of precipitation, it is fresher air wrapping in around with those showers and making it feel much, much cooler, maybe only mid to low teens under some of those heavy bands of rain. Lots of blues mixing in, something we've not seen in many, many weeks, even going probably back to springtime. Coolest conditions in some areas for quite a while. But as I said, it's not going to last too long, especially in the southeast. It's going to heat up massively over the next day or two before it does subside again into early next week. Now, if you look at the latest UKV, you can see all those showers clearing through the rest of this evening. Again, dumping quite a bit of rain across northern England before they subside around 8, 9, 10 p.m. this evening. Into Wednesday morning, some more hefty rain for Southern Ireland and the southwest of England to South Wales, but not coming too far inland before clearing away during the afternoon. So actually, for most, Wednesday's not too bad of a day, as we are in between weather system. It is going to be unsettled the next couple of weeks, but as I said, we are still going to see some dry weather around, some breaks between the low pressure systems. It's not going to be one low after the other like we can see during the winter months, where it's just relentless. Might see 6 hours of dry conditions. Here we could see a good day or two between each of these systems, and that's exactly what we're seeing there through Wednesday. As we progress into Thursday though, our luck does run out. Hefty showers start moving from the west for Thursday afternoon, so thunderstorms reigniting for Western Scotland, Northern Ireland and the Republic of Ireland. Still dry further eastwards, and ahead of this low pressure system, it turns very hot, especially into Friday. You can see for Friday afternoon, there are a smattering of scattered thunderstorms. Doesn't look like there's much activity going on, and it's very hot. Temperatures are set 30, 31 degrees potentially in the east. But watch what happens overnight. Look across the far south. Not too much going on into Friday morning. Into the evening, though, we start to see thunderstorm activity taking off, coming in off from France. So initially, it's widespread heavy rain with embedded thunderstorms. Again, we'll have to see how much of it survives the channel. And then as we head into the evening, it turns into quite a large multi-celled system heading northwards through Saturday morning, and then another batch of storms breaking out across central, southern and western England there into Saturday evening, again dumping a lot of rain where that does occur. It does move through quickly, not really lasting anywhere more than 3 to 6 hours, but we could see very high precipitation rates within that. Lots of darker reds as those storms clear and spiral around, and some further scattered thunderstorms in the north and east there into Sunday. So yes, we aren't going to see big walls of rain, but we are going to see some scattered thunderstorms next few days, potentially organised thunderstorms through Friday into Saturday, maybe even into Sunday. Again, it's all because this southerly wind instability mix, and we've been warning about this for a good few days now, and we're starting to see potentially some quite severe storms and activity arriving later on this week. Again, don't take the exact positioning of these showers and storms too literally. They could move southwards, eastwards, westwards, northwards at very short notice. Again, it is following the instability. That instability, the small low pressure system nudges eastwards or westwards, southwards or northwards, the storms are going to go along with it. So at this time frame, 3-4 days away, there is a strong chance that it does shift around. So again, don't take the positioning too literally, but somewhere is going to get hit with these storms quite aggressively. You can see the Cape is very high there, especially into Saturday. Some quite high Cape around that small low pressure system, especially there through Saturday into Sunday. Again, showing that the storm activity could be really high in places. Again, it's all sort of fueled by this southerly flow, bringing very warm conditions through Friday and potentially into Saturday as well. But generally through the weekend, it just fuels those showers and storms wrapping around that low pressure system. Next, see this afternoon, all right in the southeast, 21, 22. Most other places really quite cool, mid to low teens. Into Wednesday, with the dry conditions, temperatures will recover, 28 degrees in the far south as the southerly wind starts to take off. For Thursday, we could see things even warmer, 28, 29, or maybe even 30 degrees. So again, potentially getting on towards those hot territory. And for Friday in the east, it could get up to 31 or even 32. So back towards heatwave-like temperatures. But it's not going to last too long. Most likely not long enough for a widespread heatwave. Maybe locally, potentially 3 days above those thresholds. But widely, no chance as we head into Saturday. All those hefty showers move in. And yes, could see a 30 degrees somewhere isolated in the East Midlands during the morning towards lunchtime. But it all gets swept away as those showers and storms moving in. Temperatures still decent during Sunday as those storms are spiraling around. It's just going to make for a humid, sticky and thundery Sunday afternoon. So yes, a lot of activity coming over the next 5 days, and unfortunately doesn't look like there's going to be much respite into the longer term. Now if you start with the latest GFS low pressure moving through at the moment, giving the rain, see a brief high pressure system during Wednesday, Thursday, and then we start seeing instability building in during Saturday, that low spiralling around in southern areas. That is going to cause all of those showers and storms bumping into the heat. So you see the heat wrapping around the northern and eastern edge of this low. And again, could cause a lot of activity in some areas. Beyond that, we see a bit of high pressure building in for next week. And then another low potentially moving in more northern areas affected by that, and we just see kind of a recurring pattern: high pressure, low pressure oscillating, warm weather at times, but not seeing any huge definitive southerly winds or big southeasterly pushes. No extension of European highs. Any high pressure is coming in off the Azores, so yes, it'll be pleasant, warm, but nothing hot. None of these very hot upper air temperatures that dominated much of June and early July moving in at this stage. But at short notice, there is a chance that that could occur. Very small alterations in the amplification of the jet stream could cause that. Again, next couple of days on the GM, very similar. That low moving in Friday into Saturday. Pretty similar track. Again, moving through the channel. This doesn't head as far north as in the GFS, so perhaps could be more storms around the south coast and southern England than heading into northern England, Wales, Northern Ireland and Republic of Ireland like the UKV had. Beyond that, high pressure nudges back in, and then again, slowly oscillating between low pressure, high pressure. So again, not seeing huge walls of rain every day. Again, that's not looking likely at this stage. But yes, good few days a week at least of showers and storms, potentially pretty widely. And if we finish looking at the ECMWF midnight run, again, similar conditions, low pressure and high pressure oscillating that low, moving through, heading through Wales there as we head through Saturday, Sunday into Monday. A little bit more delayed than the UKV, for eventually, again, oscillating between high pressure and lower pressure. Now, to finish by looking at the latest ensembles, warm up later on this week. That's going to cause those potentially hot temperatures, but also you can see into the weekend, lots of precipitation spikes. The ensembles are cottoning on to potential big storm activity. Does drop off next week, but moderate spikes remain. So again, a possibility of more showers. The temperatures hovering around average, nothing too high or low. So again, we're in moderately warm air masses, potentially above average more often than not, but nothing too remarkable. Lots of precipitation, so a changeable second half of the month. And if we finish by looking at the latest ECMWF, it's pretty much the same. Bit of warmth later on this week, big spikes in precipitation causing lots of thunderstorms for a bit of a tail off next week, but still remaining generally warm with showers and storms staying around. Again, things will escalate at short notice. We will see more storm activity, but potentially we'll see more spikes in heat, but nothing too definitive popping out beyond this weekend at this stage. So anyway, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Make sure you stay safe over the next few days. We'll have more updates out on those storms Friday through to Saturday. I suspect if the UKV is even remotely correct, then we will be seeing some warnings issued. And of course, I'll keep you updated on those as we do head towards the end of this week. So thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you again for another video soon.